Shubhodaya. Good morning, all. And this one is now it's a mango season in Australia. So philosophy is there from mango also. And it's very ripe, sweet mangoes that this season we get. We eat the pulp. They think it's very sweet. And after that, we throw the seed away. And if you think where this sweetness has come from, and if I think sweetness has come from the seed, if I open the shell and eat the kernel, it is sour, bitter, and kashaya taste. Tongue becomes very rough. And the seed, when I throw the seed onto the ground, it's some of the seeds germinate into a big tree. And if I think sweetness has come from the soil, if I eat the soil, it is not sweet. If I think sweetness has come from water, sweetness is not there in the water. Or from the sunlight, heat has come from, there is no sweetness in the sun. Or from the air, or from the space, I can't experience the sweetness. But where the sweetness has come from? And sweetness is there very much in the seed. That the seed is there, unexpressed sweetness is there. And it had an opportunity to express itself, and sweetness has come out. And in Bhagavad Gita last week we covered Avyaktadhini Bhutani Vyaktam Adhyani Bharata Avyakta Nidananyena Tatra Kaparidevana Avyakta Ani Bhutani, Avyakta, it was unexpressed before and it got expressed in between and it is not expressed again. And scriptures that talk about that bija, that seed is called as bija, and jiva. Jiva means soul. They are synonyms. Bija and seed, jiva are synonyms. And bija requires an opportunity that earth, water, fire, air and ether gave an opportunity for the seed to express itself. And our jiva, our soul also is like a seed. It requires an opportunity to express itself. When we deal with some people, we think they are very rough, they are very harsh, very not courteous, that it's like a seed. It requires an opportunity to blossom. That yoga gives an opportunity for the soul to blossom itself. And unlike other forms of exercise, when we do the other forms of exercise, it has limited utility. That if I go to some lecture, I sit there, it energizes, it nourishes my intellectual ability or mental ability. Whereas yoga, it looks after the physical body, our breath shield, mind, intellectual sheath, and helps us to tap into the bliss sheath. Yoga is it's a holistic approach, whereas other forms of exercise, that what we call, it is a limited, it has a limited utility. Yoga is complete package. And many people that nowadays yoga, they think it is a physical exercise, it's a sharira vyayama. They call that one as a sharira vyayama, that exercise for the physical body. But it's Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, it talks about indriyani paranyahuhu indriyebhya param manaha manasastu para buddhi yo buddhi paratastu saha. Indriyani, better than the just body. I have body, but if I do not have any senses, it is not use. We need a good senses. That senses by itself is not enough. We need a mind. Higher than the senses is the mind. Just having a mind is not enough. We need an intellect also. Higher than the mind is intellect. We should be able to discriminate what is right and what is wrong. Higher than the intellect is the supreme soul. That it's a yoga. It's not just a physical form of exercise. It takes care, looks after senses, sharpens the senses, tones the mind, tones the intellect, and helps us to connect to the highest principle in us. If I want to acquire some gross things in the outer world, it is easy to acquire the grosser things, but to acquire the subtle things in the life, like bliss, contentment, satisfaction, happiness, cheerfulness, subtler things, we need to seek the most subtlest thing. By seeking the grossest thing, we can't acquire the subtle things in the life. To acquire the happiness, cheerfulness, contentment, bliss, peace within, we need to seek the most subtlest things. To seek the most subtlest things, it is not easy for everyone. And Mundaka Upanishad says, Nayam Atma Balahinena Labhyaha. This weak person cannot attain the highest. We need strength. It talks about strength. We need a strong body, strong mind, strong intellect. Then only strong people alone can acquire the most subtlest things. And it's a yoga that yoga caters for the. As you do the asana, it strengthens our body, and through the pranayama, it looks after the mind, takes the mind to the highest. It helps. Mind is a carrier to the most subtlest things in our life. And it's a Taittiriya Upanishad, it says, talks about Amayantu brahmacharina swaha, Vimayantu brahmacharina swaha, Pramayantu brahmacharina swaha, Dhamayantu brahmacharina swaha. It says that the Rishi, that the Guru is praying that may the students with great control over their senses, students of the highest quality, may they come to me from all directions. Students that even that prayer says that may the students, not of the ordinary students of the highest qualities, may they come to me from all directions, so we may take the journey together towards the most subtlest things. It's a message is conveyed in Taittiriya Upanishad. It's a student also requires, it's a yoga, it's not a one-term yoga. People say, I have done one-term yoga, that's it. It's a lifelong commitment. It's a yoga means truthfulness, yoga means non-injury, yoga means contentment, yoga means austerity, yoga means cheerfulness, happiness, it's serenity, clarity, that if you look at the people that of the great saints, great realist masters, they had all these virtues: peace, contentment, it's ahimsa, satya, their truthfulness, asteya, non-stealing, it's constantly contemplating on higher things, satisfaction, contentment, bliss, peace within, that all the great people, great saints, that if you look at that one, they are all yogis. That yogis acquire these qualities. That yogis means it's not just a physical asana, acquiring the highest principle. That if you look at, it's a great saints, everyone is a yogi. That Bhagavad Gita, it says, Tasmat the yogi bhav Arjuna, become a yogi. Yogi means not just a yoga, means not a physical, just a physical asana. It's much beyond that one. And yoga is like a kamadenu, like a wish-yielding cow. If you, nowadays, celebrities all over the world, they get into yoga. It's a desire to look slim, look trim, and look young. That is the yoga caters for those people also. And some people approach yoga from physiological point of view, like Vivekananda Yoga Kendra, Dr. Nagendra ji, he was here, and their main focus is physiological aspect, how the health benefit. It's if you approach yoga from the physiological point of view, you get benefit from there, that point also. If you approach yoga from the highest principle, from the acquiring the peace, contentment, stillness, serenity, for that one, yoga caters for that one also. Yoga is a wishly yielding cow. It whatever way you approach, it gives the benefit that way. That yoga is not for one term. It's a lifelong commitment. That let us take the journey together, and we'll continue next year also.
Thank you.
Thank you.